Hello, welcome to Souls Intersect. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, and it is for the month of June 2017. If you're interested in a private reading with me, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com, or you can book directly through my site, and the address is in the description below. I encourage you to check out my site and read about my approach. It's a little bit different than a lot of other readers. I am an intuitive reader as well, and I actually rely on that mainly when I do readings. So check that out and read about my different options for readings. And I also have a different type of reading that is a past life reading that doesn't involve the tarot. And that's at a new low price of $35. Okay, I'm going to read through the cards first and then I'll get started. So from the top left, you have Temperance, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Swords. And then in the center, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Shadow Dance card, which is like the devil. The Blasted Beach, which is like the Tower. The Four of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, really interesting mix of different energies here. Looking at the Nine of Wands in the center, I feel that you're at the end of a battle in some way, and it feels like for a lot of you it might be a battle within yourself, especially this being in the element of fire, like you are. And the Four of Wands below it, actually this entire column is wands. A lot of fire energy there. I feel like, especially for those of you who feel that this is an internal battle, something that you've been dealing with, it feels like it may be spiritual or creative in a lot of ways, but it can also just be involving any kind of passion. The way the Seven and the Four are playing off of it, it feels to me almost like opposite energies, like there's been, in some ways they're similar and in some ways they're opposites. I feel that there's definitely been a block in some way, possibly defensiveness, keeping yourself from pursuing something that you want and probably need to pursue, but the energy is still there because it's all this fire in this entire column, so it hasn't gone away. And I don't know that you've necessarily been trying to contain it in any way, but you've been almost waiting or storing it because you're not sure how to implement it. So one way that this could look is it's a new type of work that is something more creative that you haven't been doing. You've been sticking to maybe a more practical, let's say, kind of job or type of work because you don't know how to implement this new idea that you have, or it could be a new talent or a new gift, something that's been really funneling through you because it's, again, so much fire. There's a lot of potential there. So I feel like you're coming to the end of the battle with it. It could also involve another person. And it could be a person in your life who is facing what I just described, and you've been kind of riding the roller coaster with them. Or this person could be crucial in the next step that you take in regard to this. And it doesn't have to do with work necessarily. That was more of an example, though it could apply to some of you. It definitely could be in regard to romance as well, holding back on a passion. It could be actually a strong passion that you feel for someone. It could be this King of Pentacles person. This could be an earth sign. It could just be the head of a company or a business owner. Someone at the top of their game, someone with money also. So if it's in relation to work, it could be a financial resource that would help you possibly implement a plan. But if it's love or romance, that kind of passion, I feel like maybe you've been holding back on that because of a position that they're in. And the Shadow Dance card is playing into that as well. And I feel like it has mostly to do with containing this energy that you've been wanting to act upon And it really has been a battle, and it feels like in some ways, like I said, although it's remained alive, it's just been stored. That aspect of it being stored is definitely building up in you, and it needs to be acted upon in some way. I think that, especially in relation to another person, I feel like this Five of Swords is all about that same issue of holding back for some reason. Some of it has to do with fears about what it might mean for you. I feel like for some people, this may be an attraction to someone of the same gender that when they haven't previously felt that before. I'm just putting that out there. That might just be one of you or a few of you, but I think that might be part of the mental block or the holding back for some of you, but it could be many things. That block could very well be the position that this person, it could be your boss or something like that. But so some of it has to do with fears and what it might mean for you. So those are two examples of how that could play out. But what it might mean for you is going to become clearer and look more positive with the Ace of Swords. I feel like it just has to do with you kind of flipping within yourself, one, how you're going to implement it, but also the meaning of it. There's something about the meaning of it that's going to flip that will help you to understand it better and help you to pursue it more easily. So it feels like after quite a bit of waiting and trying to balance this mental energy, these mental thoughts about it, and then the passion itself that's been really just on fire within you. After a lot of time of balancing those two things together, there is going to be a breakthrough. So the Blasted Beach, which is the tower, is in the same row as this Ace of Swords, which is that newness, the new beginning, the clarity, truth. It could also be that something is going to be revealed, and it feels very positive. It's going to break down this block that's been happening. But again, it does feel mostly like a self-imposed block. I feel that this person might be integral in this breakthrough. They're right above the Tower card, the King of Pentacles, and this may be someone who is also guiding some of you. So it could be the romantic interest if this is romantic in nature. Or again, it could be someone that you work with or could finance you. It feels like someone who's been there all along and has also taken some kind of part in you balancing these two things that you've been balancing, the passion with the thinking. So that might not be conscious on their level. It might not be that they know about what's going on, but it could be that energetically they've been grounding you. You have all this fire energy, and this person has all this earth energy. Whether or not they're an earth sign, they have that earth energy and this grounding quality and calming, this very calming quality to them. This feels like it might be an older person. It feels like older than you, I mean, not necessarily old. And peaceful, experienced, and calm, so that helpfulness and grounding has been there, whether or not it's conscious or not. But then I feel that they'll also be integral to this breakthrough. And for some of you, this might just be that you've been working with a therapist that this King of Pentacles is represented by, and they're looking right at this. Well, they're looking down, I think, at the little girl, but they're still facing this Nine of Wands card, and that's you with that inner battle. So this could be someone helping you through this battle as a therapist, for example, and also so helping you balance enough to get to this breakthrough, essentially. This feels like one that could apply to a lot of viewers. If it's not an actual therapist, it could be a mentor in some other way. It could even be a teacher. For some of you, that fire energy could be maybe not necessarily something to implement, but an addiction of some kind too. Tends to come up with when the Devil card comes up, or here the Shadow Dance card, but especially with the Five of Swords being present as well, that can be that kind of mental conflict, and the Temperance also. So for some of you, that could be it. And it just feels like such a positive healing reading, though. There's help. And although I do see the blocks and the, self-imposed fight with yourself, there's a breakthrough coming, and it feels like a very positive breakthrough. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up here. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or you can comment below. Take care. Thank you.